Chapter 3, Hope's Point of View. I, Max Hayden, future alpha of the Lunar Moon Pack, Before he could even finish what he was about to say, I quickly leapt forward and wrapped my arms around his neck, sobbing heavily. Please, no. I leaned my face on his broad chest and tightened my arms. I felt him tense. I also sensed him struggling to control his wolf. He grabbed my waist and tried to push me, but he stopped. I know it's because of the mate bond. I can feel it. Don't do this, Max. You're going to hurt us both. Just give me a chance to prove myself to you. You'll see that I'm worthy of your love and acceptance. Please, don't reject me. Please, don't. Don't do this. Please, please, please. I beg and beg. I know it's shameful, but I don't care about that anymore. I'm very desperate. I have yet to know of werewolves being rejected by their mate, and especially I don't know what my fate would be if that happens. The tingles and electric feeling caused by the contact of our skins calm me, until my tears stopped falling. Are you calm down now? He asked softly, and held both of my shoulders to look at my face. He surprised me by wiping the tears on my cheeks. I stare at him, feeling stunned. He must have realized what he did, because he cleared his throat and pulled his hands away, as if my skin would burn him. I bit the inside of my cheeks to stop the hurt that badly wanted to show in my face. If I want to prove to him that I'm worth being his mate and Luna of his pack, I must show him that I'm strong. I can take this pain. I won't cry again. I hope I can do it. How can you do that, Hope? You're just a low-life girl with nothing to be proud of. Let's say you have indeed beta blood, but that's not enough. I'm sure you don't even know about fighting. So what's the use of that blood? If I choose Cheryl, she can help a lot with this pack. Our future children will also be strong because we both have alpha blood. I felt like he just slapped me. Hearing my mate say that in front of my face is the most heart-wrenching and painful feeling I have ever felt in this world. I feel like I'm slowly dying. I want to die. But I'm... I can't even speak properly. My knees are shaking and so are my hands. I look up at him and stare right through his light brown eyes. I'm your mate, not her. You're supposed to choose me, no matter what your unresolved reason is, I said, my voice sounding just barely a whisper. I promise not to cry. I promise not to cry. Please, Hope, don't cry. Not again, Hope. How many times do I have to tell you that you are nothing compared to Cheryl? I'm so fed up with you saying that we're mates. It's your fault if I don't choose you, because you have nothing to give. If only you were different from the girl you are now, then maybe I didn't have to do this to you. Maybe I didn't have to do this to us. You don't know how much I want to choose you. You don't know how much I'm hurting seeing you like this. He took a deep breath and looked at me softly. You don't know how much I want to be with you. His voice turns just a soft whisper. But instead of being happy, my heart broke even more. Is there something wrong with me? What does he mean, if only I were different from the girl I am now? What kind of woman am I now? Even though I don't have nice clothes like Cheryl's, I never forget to take care of myself. He walked towards me and cupped both of my cheeks. I close my eyes and hold his hands, savoring the warm feeling caused by his touch. You don't have to choose her, Max. I'm willing to learn. I can make this pack stronger than it is now, I whispered, then opened my eyes to see that he's already looking at me. He opened his mouth to speak, but was cut off because of a female voice. What the hell is going on? The high-pitched voice of Cheryl filled my ears. Max was quick to let go of me and step away. We both look at the raging Cheryl. What is that meaning of this, Max? I gulp and look at Max. You, she pointed at me with daggers in her eyes. I just left and you flirted with Max right away. He's my bitch, she exclaimed angrily. Eve growled. I want to speak and say that Max is mine, but I'm too afraid. I don't have the strength to say that. I can feel Eve fighting for control, but I restrain her. I know what she would do if she had the control. She would slap Cheryl or do worse, and I can't let that happen, even if I want to. Let me have the control, Hope. Let me show that bitch who's the boss here. You can't just let her claim Max, Eve growled angrily. Stop, Eve. If you do that, Max will be mad at us. He might reject us this time, and we don't want that, I reasoned. But you can't let her treat you like this. I'm not. Look, Eve, just let me handle this, okay? She didn't answer. I sigh. Eve. Okay, fine, but if that woman tried to do something, I won't hesitate to rip off her neck. I cut the link and focused my attention back on Cheryl and Max. Cheryl, babe, let me explain, Max started. Cheryl looked at him expectantly with anger still clear in her eyes. Hope is... Max trailed off with hesitation in his eyes. I stare at him pleadingly. Please, Max, tell her. Tell her that I'm your mate and you chose me. Please tell her. He clenches his jaw and looks at me in the eyes with guilt and sorrow. No, this can't happen. Max, don't do this. Hope started flirting with me. She's the one who came to me. I tried to push her away, but she's too aggressive. Cheryl, babe, believe me. You know that I would never be going to flirt with a low-life woman who has nothing. She's just a low-life Omega. My heart dropped, and I felt like someone had just ripped it out of my chest. Max looked away. Ever since we were kids, Hope is really like this to me, and I know exactly the reason why. She wants to be the Lunar of this pack. But babe, you are the only one. You are the only one who will be the Lunar of this pack, and no one else. You're the one who'll be carrying my pups, believe me. My ears are ringing, and I want to scream and jump off the highest place and die. Nothing hurts more than what my own mate did to me. Cheryl was quiet for a moment, then she looked at me with satisfaction and hatred. So you're trying to seduce him, huh? She looked me up and down with a disgusted look that makes me feel so small compared to her. Have you seen yourself? Look at you, so weak and pathetic. Do you think that Max would flirt with you? Huh? You're so ugly. You are nothing compared to me, bitch. That's it. I'm taking control. Before I could even stop Eve, I felt her resurfacing until she has full control over my body. I felt my amethyst eyes change, and by the look on their faces, I already know that something isn't right with how I looked. I can't even move an inch. All I could do is watch as Eve takes control. Cheryl's eyes widen and she briefly looks at Max, then at me again. Her eyes? It's supposed to be black and not gold. You're a witch, she accused. Eve growled as my eyes widened. Gold? I thought it was black. It was supposed to be black. After a wolf got control of its human, its eyes turned black and not gold. Shut up, you airhead bitch, Eve growled at her, and their eyes seemed to widen even more. I felt the ground slightly shook, and I don't know if it's because of Eve's anger or just the forest, but one thing is I'm certain of. They now know that my wolf was the one who's in control. You are so full of yourself, just because you're an alpha's daughter. You think I just let you treat me like this? Well, guess what? I don't fucking care if you're an alpha's daughter. I won't let you take my mate away from me. The shock on Cheryl's face was very visible after Eve revealed that Max was our mate, but it quickly vanished and was quickly replaced with anger. Liar! You're a big fat liar! Cheryl screamed. Her voice sounded like a high-pitched squeal instead of an angry scream. It makes me want to cringe. Eve even manages to smirk at her.
Oh, really? So I'm the one who's lying now?
My heartbeat quickens, and I tried to stop her, but I realised that she blocked me. Fear and dread spread inside me as fast as wildfire. Eve, please, don't be so reckless. But the feeling quickly vanished and was replaced with Eve's anger.
I thought you were smarter than that, she spat. Max is my mate. He's only choosing you just because you're an alpha's daughter. He doesn't love you. He only wants your father's pack. That's the only reason why he chooses you.
Cheryl's head snapped towards Max, who's frozen in his spot, and she waited for him to deny it, but he didn't. He's too stunned by what's happening. Eve's smirk widened.
See, he doesn't want you. He wants me, and I will do anything in my power to steal him from you. Oh, my bad. I don't need to steal him from you, because Max isn't yours in the first place. He's mine.
I'm shocked by Eve's boldness. She looks powerful, and she sounds so powerful. Cheryl was shaking in anger. I could feel the rage surrounding her. Veins are showing on her neck, and it looks like it's about to pop. She was about to speak when a loud voice boomed. "Shut the fuck up!" I look at Max with wide eyes. He looks so mad, so pissed, and it makes Eve whimper. Eve took a step towards him, but Cheryl was quick to wrap her arms around his neck and sobbed. Her body was shaking as she buried her face on Max's chest.
She threatened me, Max. She's lying. She wants to take you away from me. My daddy wouldn't like that. He will be mad, she sobbed.
I was stunned. She's so good at pretending. She's pretending to be innocent, and she's hugging my mate. The shade of Max's eyes darkened when Cheryl spoke of her father, and I clearly know why. He wants to be on her father's good side to be able to merge both their packs. He looked at me with anger clear in his eyes as Eve gave me back control. She can't fight Max because he's our mate. She can't shout at him like how she shouted at Cheryl. "You," his voice was calm, too calm to be honest. "I should have rejected you. You're going to ruin everything." My body froze as soon as he said that. The finalization was very clear in his voice. There's no turning back. He had made his decision. He's going to reject me. I catch a glimpse of Cheryl. She's smirking at me. No, this can't happen. "Max," I whispered as tears began to fall from my eyes. I promise not to cry, damn it. I'm not Eve. I'm not strong to fight and persuade my mate. "Max, don't. Please." But his face remains stoic. Then he spoke. "I, Max Hayden, future Alpha of the Lunar Moon Pack, hereby reject you, Hope Trinity Holden, as my mate and future Lunar of this pack. You are no longer my mate."